Richie Saunders. Shout out AJ DeBonsa for helping this guy get more recognition that he should have had years before. And regardless of the injury, I still think it's going to bode well for him. Let me hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of Richie Saunders, the man from BYU? What is your expectations, projections? Let me hear them in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the way to 20,000. I can't get there without your help. We also dropped the latest mock draft at hoopshype.com. Go check it out. And today we'll be talking about Richie Saunders, a 24-year-old redshirt senior out of Riverton, Utah, standing at 6'5", 200 pounds. He is an intriguing wild card in this season because his stock is affected due to the season-ending injury that's thrown his projection draft-wise into flux. 25 games before going down on February 14th. Wow. Cupid didn't shoot him with an arrow. He was averaging 18 points, nearly 6 rebounds, just under 2 steals per game, shooting 49% from the field and 38% from 3 on over 6 threes a game. His true shooting percentage, a ridiculous 63%. So let's start and talk about what Saunders does. He's not just a white boy sniper. And he plays with his hair on fire, akin to what we've seen a lot of the best: Sam Merrill, Max Strus, Malik Beasley, Duncan Robinson. These off-ball movers who are either running off of pin downs, flare screens, and shooting it with confidence the second he catches it in rhythm. He knocks down any triple he has, and he'd probably be a 40% three-point shooter if he wasn't shooting on such a high volume at the collegiate level. He forces defenders to stay like white on rice to him. He shows a quick, compact trigger on his release. He doesn't need much daylight to get his shot off, especially when sprinting to the wing in transition. He attacks closeout with purpose, using a strong, low dribble. He gets to his spots, has a soft floater game to score over shot blockers. He finishes effectively, in my opinion, inside the arc, and the stats show it. His two-point attempts are nearly 60% from inside, and he does a good job of absorbing contact and finishing through traffic, as that 6'5", 200-pound contact or compact frame does a good job of allowing him to eat those hits defenders give him. And he's always played winning basketball with a sky-high offensive rating and a great plus-minus, meaning that he's always a guy who keeps the offense humming when he's on the floor. He gets after it on the glass for a swingman, someone who can play the 2 or the 3, pulling down over 6 rebounds per 36 minutes. And a lot of those are offensive boards, which are second chance opportunities that physically impose your will against your opponent, which demoralizes them. And he plays with active hands on the containment on defense, almost 2 steals a night. He'll do a good job at poking the ball away from bigger players. And obviously, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Saunders tore his ACL against Colorado in his right knee, ending his season, throwing his draft stock into question. Where will he go? I mean, he'll probably be ready near the beginning or at some point next year. Teams are probably going to bet on the medicals rather than the production beyond the injury. I think the athletic limitations are overstated. People are going to say he doesn't have elite burst or twitch, and he can't create an isolation as a result due to him not being able to separate. He's more of a straight line driver, and I don't think he's going to be someone who will shake defenders, even if he tried to. He doesn't have the ball handling skill to go with it, and I think he'll be a pure shooter. And yeah, on defense, he struggles to keep up against quicker players, especially guards, and he'll get beat off the bounce, and he does rely a bit too much on help defense. That said, my colleague Michael Weisenberg, who was on site for a testing clinic with Richie Saunders, who went there, and Mikey always mentions this when we talk about Richie Saunders, that he actually posted the best 3-cone shuttle time at the camp out of everybody, which is a testament to his short area quickness and competitiveness that doesn't translate into half-court isolation situations, which means he's more of a functional athlete than you would give him credit. Now, he's not a playmaker. He's a guy who has a low assist rate, and he's more of a tertiary handler. Sometimes he does force passes into traffic, which lead to live ball turnovers because his teammate will then just get swatted away, or even himself just dribble into traffic. And he had a bad stretch between December through February where he was shooting just 4 of 15, 2 of 11, and 1 of 8 in 3 separate games. And he'll disappear if his shot isn't falling, but he'll keep going. However, he went 0 of 7 from 3 against UConn, 1 of 6 against Houston, 2 good teams that show the concern is he'll get run off the line by NBA caliber athletes and defenders, and his turnover numbers tick up when he tries to do too much. He averaged over 2 turnovers a game against top 25 competition. And at nearly 25 years old, he's old, like real old. And I know he's a Mormon, right? He's a Mormon. Now I feel like a hypocrite, but I'm pretty sure he did. Mormon, Richie Saunders. Now I should have checked this at the beginning. Yeah, he's a Mormon. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of Richie? He could end up just being a two-way guy, but he's a dead-eye movement shooter who's a high IQ player. As long as it's just a basic ACL tear, I think he's worth giving a shot. He's kind of a Duncan Robinson mold. If the medicals check out, you got a 6'5" player. Robinson, 6'7", 4-year college player, climbed up to D1, who's carved out an NBA career being a movement shooter. Elite conditioning IQ. Saunders 38% from 3 on high volume. 63% true shooting is Robinson-esque. Both players thrive off screens, making quick decisions and maximizing their athleticism with nonstop movement to optimize their game. Hey, Duncan Robinson went from undrafted to a $90 million contract. I think Saunders is worth a late second round flyer. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think he's going to need a full redshirt year to recover? I think he'd come back by the end, some point next year, or February. The season starts in October. November's 9 months. Like, he could make it then. Let me know. Bye.